If you've noticed your erections getting weaker or less consistent, here's something you need to know before you try pills or supplements. There's a simple, cheap ingredient that restores the system those pills depend on. Without it, even medication stops working. Most men are missing this. It's been sitting in kitchens for centuries, but 90% of men over 50 never discover how it repairs the exact mechanism erections require. I'm going to show you exactly what this does for blood flow, who it works for, and the realistic way to use it daily. But first, this changes everything about how you understand circulation. Before we dive in, quick question. Where are you watching from? USA, Canada, Philippines, Australia, South Africa? Drop your country in the comments below. I ask because what I'm about to reveal works regardless of where you live. It's that universal. The ingredient is garlic. Now, I know that sounds too simple to be true, but here's what most men don't know. The blood vessel science behind this is so strong that cardiologists use garlic for circulation. But there's a specific mechanism that makes garlic work for erections differently than for heart health. That mechanism, it's what we're covering next. Here's what we're going through today. First, why erections fail when blood vessels stiffen and narrow, and why this happens before heart symptoms appear. Then, exactly what garlic does for blood flow and endothelial function. Not myths, just physiology. And finally, the simple, realistic way to get garlic into your system every single day without chewing raw cloves or making your meals miserable. Most men jump straight to medication without understanding that pills only work if your blood vessels can still respond. And that's the exact system garlic repairs. Now let's clear up a massive misunderstanding. If you think erections are about testosterone or libido, you've been misled. Erections are about blood flow. And when blood flow weakens, erections soften long before anything else goes wrong. That's why so many men still feel desire, still feel attraction, still feel mentally aroused, but their erections don't fully respond. Soft, delayed, inconsistent. And here's the part most men don't realize. Those changes are often the first warning sign that circulation is declining. Men don't lose erections because of age. They lose erections because blood vessels stiffen, narrow, and stop responding the way they used to. Your penis doesn't have large arteries like your heart. It relies on very small, delicate blood vessels. That makes erections one of the first systems to fail when circulation declines, often before heart symptoms appear. So erections fail when blood vessels stiffen. That's the mechanical problem. But what controls whether vessels stay flexible or become rigid? That's where the endothelium becomes critical. And this is where garlic does something medication can't. Now here's where it gets really interesting. At the center of this is something called the endothelium. The endothelium is the inner lining of your blood vessels. Its job is to release nitric oxide, relax arteries, and allow blood to surge where it's needed. When the endothelium is healthy, erections are fast, firm, and reliable. When it's inflamed or damaged, erections become weak, slow, or unpredictable. The endothelium releases nitric oxide to relax arteries. When it's healthy, erections are fast and firm. Now, here's what 90% of men miss. There's a specific compound in garlic that activates this system differently than anything else. Some of you asked, how exactly does garlic work? The answer surprised even researchers. This is where garlic becomes interesting. Garlic contains sulfur-based compounds, especially allicin, that support endothelial function. In simple terms, garlic helps blood vessels relax more easily and respond better to nitric oxide signals. Better signaling means better blood flow. Better blood flow means better erections. But here's the biology most men never learn. Allicin increases nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels. Clinical studies show garlic also releases hydrogen sulfide, a secondary compound that works alongside nitric oxide to improve circulation. Research from 2024 found that men with moderate erectile dysfunction who combined 5 grams of garlic daily with standard medication saw significant improvement in just 4 weeks. The garlic wasn't replacing medication. It was repairing the system medication depends on. Now let me be very clear. Garlic is not a stimulant and it doesn't create sexual desire. What it does is remove resistance in the system. Think of it like this. Libido is the ignition. Blood flow is the fuel line. Most men are pressing the gas while the fuel line is partially clogged. Garlic helps unclog the line. Keep this in mind because it connects directly to inflammation. Another reason garlic helps is inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation stiffens arteries. It makes them less flexible, less responsive, and more resistant to blood flow. Garlic has well-documented anti-inflammatory effects that help restore arterial elasticity over time. That's why many men notice something interesting when circulation improves. Morning erections return first. Firmness improves before stamina. Consistency improves before peak performance. Those are all good signs. So garlic increases nitric oxide and reduces inflammation. That's the biology. But here's the critical part most men overlook. Garlic doesn't work the same for everyone. There's a specific type of erectile weakness where garlic shows the strongest results. If you recognize this pattern, you're in the ideal group. Now, let's talk about a common mistake. Most men think the solution needs to be immediate. Pills, supplements, quick fixes. And while medications like Viagra can help temporarily, they only work if blood vessels can respond in the first place. If circulation is compromised, even medication becomes unreliable. Garlic works upstream. It supports the system erections depend on. That also means garlic works best for specific men, especially those who experience soft but present erections, slower firmness, reduced morning erections, or inconsistency rather than total dysfunction. If erections are absent due to severe nerve damage or advanced disease, garlic won't magically fix that. And any approach that tells you otherwise isn't being honest. But here's the thing most men don't realize about supporting circulation long term. Garlic works, but it works best when used consistently. You know, if garlic can help you, soft but present erections, slower firmness, reduced morning wood, the next question becomes, what's the realistic way to get this into your system daily? Because here's where most men struggle. They try garlic once, hate the taste, and quit. But there are 3 methods that actually work without making your life miserable. Quick question. How many of you have tried natural remedies before but never felt anything change? Type 1 if you have. Type 2 if garlic is completely new to you. I'm asking because what I'm about to share in the next section changes everything. The 3 methods I show next solve the exact problem most men face: consistency. Now let me give you the practical garlic options. Here's the simple, realistic way I recommend using garlic every day. The easiest method is aged garlic extract, 600 to 1200 milligrams taken with breakfast. It's consistent, stomach-friendly, and requires 0 effort. A common question, is this dosage safe? Clinical research confirms it. Fresh garlic, 1 to 2 cloves daily. Garlic powder, 300 milligrams standardized, 2 to 3 times per day. Or aged garlic extract, 600 to 2400 milligrams daily. All fall within safe therapeutic ranges. A 2024 study combining 5 grams of garlic with tadalafil showed significant improvement over medication alone. That confirms what we've been saying. Garlic repairs the foundation. If you prefer whole garlic, use garlic powder liberally on meals you already eat. 1 to 2 teaspoons daily sprinkled on eggs, vegetables, chicken, whatever. And if you want the most potent option with fresh garlic, here's what works. Mince 1 clove, mix it into a tablespoon of honey or olive oil, and swallow it like a shot. Takes 30 seconds. Chase it with food to protect your stomach. Another question comes up here. Honey or olive oil both work, but differently. Olive oil improves vascular health. A University of Athens study found that 9 tablespoons of olive oil weekly improved erectile dysfunction by 40%. That's because olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and vitamin E, which relax blood vessels over time. Honey provides antioxidants and is easier on digestion. Raw honey contains B vitamins, iron, zinc, and potassium, all of which support cardiovascular health. You can alternate. Honey in the morning for digestion and energy, olive oil at night for vascular support. Or combine both for maximum benefit. All 3 methods work. Pick whichever you'll actually stick to. That's it. This works best when combined with other circulation supporting habits. light resistance training or daily walking, adequate sleep, reduced sugar and alcohol. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about removing friction from the system. Here's the biggest takeaway I want you to understand. Weak erections are not a personal failure. They are a physiological signal. When you improve circulation, erections are often the first thing to respond because they're the most sensitive indicator of vascular health. Here's the bottom line. Garlic works for erections because it supports endothelial function and reduces inflammation in blood vessels. It doesn't create desire. It removes resistance in the system so blood can flow properly. When you use aged garlic extract, garlic powder, or fresh garlic daily in a sustainable way, you're training your blood vessels to respond better over time. Try this approach starting today. Take 600 to 1200 milligrams of aged garlic extract with breakfast. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic powder on your meals daily, or swallow 1 minced clove mixed with honey or olive oil. Combine it with walking, sleep, and reduce sugar. Be consistent for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Watch for morning erections returning first, then firmness, then consistency. That's when you know it's working. Let me ask you, have you noticed weaker erections but still feel desire and attraction? If yes, type trying this below. If you're skeptical, type need proof. Because I'm creating a follow-up video on the mistakes men make when trying garlic. Your responses tell me which mistakes to emphasize. If this completely changed how you understand erections and circulation, hit that subscribe button. I'm Sophie Morgan. Drop a comment and tell me, have you tried garlic for blood flow? I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking care of yourself.